Hey everybody, welcome back to Goodale Farm. I'm Peter. It's Saturday morning and I have some chores to do. I gotta go pick up some hay and some shavings for Lacey. And then also I've been delayed in putting my sunflowers and the vegetables that I started from seed, getting them in the ground. So I definitely have to do that today. I'll bring you along and hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for tuning in. All right, so here's what we got. We have this tray here of sunflowers that I can put in the ground. Over here we got the, I guess, more advanced sunflowers that have grown. If I remember correctly, over here we have watermelon and maybe some eggplant. You know, looking at it, it looks like a melon type of leaf. Here, pretty sure those are peas, maybe some cucumbers. That looks like a cucumber right there, and then maybe some additional melon on this side. So what I'm thinking of where to put them. So what I've done last year is right along this fence line here, put some of the sunflowers. You know, I put, you know, 2 or 3 over here, 2 or 3 over here, and then I put a few in the front. And then, you know, with the new stone wall, I think we have a good spot for some sunflowers. Let's go check that out. So this was the existing stone wall we got on that side of the driveway, and then on this side of the driveway. So, you know, I may put a couple at this end here, maybe 1 or 2 here. This gets really dry and I haven't had luck there before. Where I have had luck is right here on the corner, and then along this wall here, maybe a couple on the other side. So the sun actually comes from the back of this wall forward. The morning sun somewhat hits over here, but then it kind of turns this way and then comes at us that way. And actually in the evening, it actually comes in this way. So obviously that's east, west is towards my back, and you'll figure out where south and north is. Okay, so here we have the stone wall. I'll probably put a few over here. I got some good soil there that I loaded up when I did the grass. I want to be careful though, because that's the bunny hole there, and I think there's a second bunny over here, goes through there, and they probably will eat the sunflower sprouts. I don't know, but anyway, here's the new addition stone wall. On this side, you know, it doesn't get much sun. I might try a sunflower or 2 over here, but I thought definitely like on the end here, because, you know, we'll get sun. So maybe put a couple here, and then on this side, because this is south facing, got a lilac bush, but we have dirt already here from when I was doing the wall, so that's nothing to dig that up. Put some potting soil in, you know, a little bit over here. There's a nice little spot there. All right, so let me get situated and we'll start some planting. Yeah, so what I've done last year, I just left the string up. So this is just twine, you know, plastic string from a hay bale. But what happens is the sunflowers grow, and they grow really tall, and they get so tall that they start to flop over. So this string really kind of helps support them. You know, I got the wire fence on one side, and then on this side I just have that string. And same thing over here. That's what I dug up earlier with the string. The ones I do in the front, I try to put some poles as they get tall. Sometimes they support themselves, which is fine. I mean, here, actually, I left a sunflower stem from last year. They stay pretty well in the ground. So, I mean, I could actually use that to support this year's growth. Hopefully, they take well. All right, I'm gonna have to amend the soil here. I mean, I actually had good growth here the last couple of years, but this soil is like all sand and it's really dry, and it's been raining, so I'm surprised it's so dry. You know, where I dug over here, it was, you know, rich, moist soil. So, oh, maybe this is okay, but I think just because it's so close to the street and close to my driveway, it just gets dumped with sand. And so anyway, it doesn't hurt to put some extra soil in there. And if I need to go further on down, I'll do the same. All right, let's see what we got here. There's a stone wall. What I did was dug holes probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches deep, plenty wide for one sunflower. I got one there. I got 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a fail because there's some huge rock underneath there. So we're going to deal with that. I think I'm going to go get a bag of potting soil and just sprinkle a little bit in all the holes that I dug, just to give a little bit more amendments to the soil. All right, somewhere in my collection I have, let's see, I got that potting soil, but I'm not going to use that. That's too much like peat moss. I'm never happy with how that retains water. But I think, yeah, right in there, that white bag is a bag of leftover topsoil. I think I picked it up from someone giving it away. They were moving out of town, and they had a bunch of stuff in the garage to give away, and I grabbed that. And here's where it's going to come in handy. Let me grab it. Okay, here we go. All right, you know, to make the job a little bit easier, another thing I picked up on the roadside is this wheelbarrow. It's in perfect shape, except for the tire needs to be pumped up. It's a tubeless tire, so the bead is not set. So it's a good reason to take care of it right now. Let me get the compressor going. I'll get a strap to put around the tire to kind of squeeze the tire so slightly so it goes against that bead. And then hopefully with the compressor and the air hose, I'll pump that thing up and we'll be good to go. All right, let's take care of that. Okay, if you ever run across this, you have a tubeless tire. The way you can tell it's tubeless is, you know, you just take a look inside and there's no tube, right? So you see the air valve comes right off the rim into the body of the tire itself. So there's no tube. But what happens is the underside of the tire here has what's called a bead. It's really just a smooth part of the tire that's supposed to sit inside this rim. It's called when it's seated. So when it loses air, that seat gets disturbed and all the air comes out and you're hosed. So to get the air back in, that bead likes to be dampened when you go to sit it. So, you know, just grab a rag with some water, I'm gonna go on the inside of that bead just to get it, you know, damp. And then you can see here I got a string, and just happens to fit pretty well because the grooves of the tire, the string is able to sit in there. So I'm gonna take a screwdriver or something, twist underneath, and I'm gonna turn it so that the string tightens up and in effect grips the tire from the outside and presses it up against the seat. And I got the air compressor ready so that once I have it somewhat tight, I'm just gonna blow the air in there and we should be good. All right, keep our fingers crossed. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Got the string set up. Got this nice long screwdriver, actually helps out because I could keep it there. But I twisted it enough you could see it indentation here, so it's pretty tight. I moistened that bead. I got the air hose on. Let's roll. Oh, let me fix this. Need two hands. All right, try to do this without the compressor going on. Air hose on. Oh, beautiful. Hey, tough. All right, so I'm going to undo the screwdriver. The bead should be all set. And taking the tension off. Oh, that is great. Let me just give it another little bit of air. Sweet. All right. We're in business. Maybe I'll put some oil on that. We'll be good to go. You know, I was thinking whenever I have the compressor out with the air hose, there's the time to take advantage and pump up other things. So I got that wagon over there. Let me bring that guy over, get those tires all set too. All right, so what I decided to do was I have the topsoil and then I put a little bit of that potting soil mix. So I'm gonna mix it up some. Another roadside free item here. You know, you can't beat these things. You know, for me, having a shovel in like every corner of my lot and everywhere you turn is a good thing. I mean, it avoids a lot of walking around. I got the same with rakes. I got rakes, shovels, tape measures, screwdrivers, hammers, you know, the essentials that you just deal with all the time. You can never have too many of those. All right, so I'm gonna mix this up and do a little bit of soil amendment into where I'm going to plant the sunflowers. I should probably also have enough for the vegetable seeds too. I mean, I'm not going to get too aggressive with this soil. All right, so let's bring it out and take care of that. All right, right on the corner here is where we got the biggest need. So I'm going to do a couple shovelfuls there. This is just a lot of sand, and this amendment topsoil and potting soil mix should retain the water pretty well. So, all right, let's move on to the other ones. I notice here at the end cap of the wall, this was very sandy also. I think, you know, again, combination, if you saw the video when I planted the grass, this area right by the road just gets battered with sand and salt and, you know, all the product they put down in the wintertime. So I dug out a ton of soil here and then put it with some soil from the pasture area. So this over here, still a little sandy. And these on the back side of the wall aren't that bad because it was pretty a little bit further from the road. But, you know, I'll just put a dusting, a sprinkling here, just to give the plants not a fighting chance, but, you know, give them a little bit more. Plus, this will get baked a lot with the sun. It's only June now, so by July and August, I gotta imagine it's going to be really dry here. And I'll put a little bit on the other side of the lilac bush too. And then we're ready to get the plants. Okay, I'm gonna take a little pause in the action here and ask a favor. Whether you garden or not, here's a question I'd like you to put your answer in the comments. So the plants that I'm gonna do, they're over here. I did them all from seed. Some of them are, yay tall. Some of them are taller, thicker stock, slighter. The question is this: at this stage of the game, is that an indication of the health of the plant long term? Because sometimes you plant something that looks really meaty, but then it ends up dying. Sometimes you plant something that is, it actually turns out pretty good. So I'm wondering your thoughts, and especially if you're an experienced gardener or something that has a thought on that, put a comment. Be interested to hear. Thanks. Okay, I'm going to start off with these sunflowers, which are much taller. I think I'll just break off these trays, put them in the wheelbarrow, and I don't know what to do here. I'll put these in the wheelbarrow too with maybe a little shovel, and I'll just kind of carve out each one and plant them along the way too. And then later, I think in the back of my yard, I have another plot that has a ton of space. I'm going to do the eggplant, the cucumbers, the beans, whatever this miscellaneous vegetable stuff is, and we'll kind of figure it out as we see them grow. All right, so along this fence, this is where I put the sunflowers that were in the tray. We'll see how these go along. I mean, honestly, taking them out of the tray was not too healthy, at least for the roots, because I don't know, a lot of them just broke up, but I put them in there pretty well. You can see the big ones at least. So hopefully now that they're in legitimate soil and it's warm out, they take off pretty well. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say we have 10 or 12 of them here. If 2 of them grow and survive, I'd be happy with that. Okay, the ones around this front stone wall, I'm optimistic about. Simply because of the sun they'll get off of the wall, plus it's south facing. It's near the house, so they're more likely to be watered by me. Watering can be a problem. And then these on the end, I got 3 of them there. Again, look forward to that. All right, onto the vegetables. So I'm in the back. There's the pond. All right, I lost some footage and I ran out of space on the phone, so I had to go in and download. But all right, here's what I got. I got 1, 2, 3 rows. And for those that have been following, you know that I really forgot what these seeds were. I tried to mark them, but then I just ended up failing. So it's a combination of cucumber, eggplant, peas. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think I had pumpkin. Maybe a pumpkin or 2. But anyway, here's the lot. So hopefully things will work out. I'll try to keep it watered and see how they take. I'll probably have to put up a trellis or something for these peas because they like to climb. And now that they're in the ground, they probably should be taken off. As I said earlier in the video, I'm late in getting these things planted because when I pulled them out of the plastic, the roots were all balled up on the bottom of the soil. So I would hope now with the warmer weather and them now in the ground, everything will take off pretty well. It's like a bumblebee nest right in there. You can see him coming and going right there. Originally didn't catch my eye. What caught my eye was the snakeskin. Probably I don't think that's a rattlesnake. Probably one of those they call black or blue racer. They rat snakes. I've seen them around here the last couple years. But anyway. Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for tuning in. That's today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll do other videos as the sunflowers and the vegetables advance. It's always good to see them evolve and kind of go along. So until next time, hope you're having a great day. Bye.